don't want it on screen. We're live.
Live and direct from an undisclosed location. We are here. We are here. We are here.
We're live. Mute it.
That's unprofessional. You gotta stop doing that on the screen. Anyway, we are here. We're gonna give people some time to get in with us. Live and direct. Live and direct.
Diamond Release, episode 19.
19!
The Clash of the Geniuses is what I'm calling
You don't
it.
have to call it a title on the...
Yes, it is a title because you're about to witness some trolling.
There is no geniuses here except one.
Yep.
Genius.
I'm right here. Okay.
No.
So,
Relax. Relax.
let's get into the meat of the dinner.
It's dinner time.
We gotta eat. Just like my fantasy team. Let's get right into it. So, Dimer of the Week.
Right into that. Wow.
The long-awaited segment.
Where he finally was going to say Brunson.
No, so, we didn't do an episode since, I believe, 2 or 3 Sundays ago, maybe.
2 weeks ago, yeah.
So I'm kind of taking into account everything. And to rehash, Dimer of the Week is not stat-based completely. It is impact on the game.
That's exactly my point.
With that being said, there's 2 candidates for this one that I was clashing with. And it came down to record of team throughout impact.
So we know it's not the Sixers.
So it is not the Sixers, unfortunately. This week's, or I guess it would take into account last week too. So 2 weeks of diming. I'm giving it to Jalen Brunson.
Yeah! We found the truth, guys!
So his last 5 games, 30 and 10. I mean, he's winning games. I mean, the only loss that I really wasn't happy with was Dallas without Luka. But it's basketball. It happens, I guess. So you want to get into Brunson and his impact since you're the number 1 fan, as you're pointing out.
We're back, guys. Back on top where we belong. Jalen Brunson has become the new addition of Walt Clyde Frazier for us. He is doing everything offensively that we desire. They said he was only a shoot-first player. They said he couldn't handle the pressures of New York being a primary. They said he couldn't do better. They said he couldn't do it again. He continues to improve aspects of his games. His scoring is there again. Now he's added the assists. With the addition of Cat, who is a willing duo mate, instead of Randall, who is more of a isocentric player.
Random. That's how you got to think.
Yeah, so...
He doesn't have a style, it's just random.
Basically, and Cat makes quick decisions too, so if you're holding the ball a certain period of time, a certain number of dribbles, there is no assist after that, so...
Say less.
Say less. Brunson has arrived as your Dimer of the Week, as predicted.
Stop stealing my segment. Brunson has escaped my biasness. I have to give it to him this week after half debating Halliburton, but his team wasn't really winning, so I couldn't really do that. Maybe in the future. So, what do you want to get into next?
All right. So next, we're going to talk about Connect. So,
why?
Everyone was doubting me when I said you can't accept when you pass on Dalton Connect. That was a true statement.
Did you say that on video?
Yes, I did.
So, sure about that?
Yeah, because I did it multiple times. So Connect is now officially above McCain in my eyes. And with McCain struggling a bit the last 3 games, we have now witnessed Dalton Connect as a starter. Even with Rui Hachimura back, even with the full lineup, he is continuing to start and he had 20 points the last 2 games. You are seeing efficiency, being that he does not get the most shots, but last game he had the most points, and that's with LeBron James playing, Anthony Davis, Rui Hachimura, Austin Reeves, D'Angelo Russell. Say less. Your combatants, Mr. McCain supporter.
What? What are you trying to say? So you're picking this week to talk about Connect because McCain has had a bad week, obviously. It happens with shooters. They go through slumps. They go through rises. I am not at all worried about McCain's downfall this week.
He went back to the bench.
Because they have no point guard with Jackson and Lowry hurt, say less. And Nurse even said that on the presser. So obviously Connect is going to go through some stretches of bad shooting, and I could say the same thing, but I won't because I know basketball works. Unlike my partner next to me.
Cold ass white boy.
He's obsessed.
Dalton Connect. Give him the award. He's going to surpass Austin Reeves on that team.
No, he's not.
Yes, he will. It's happening before our eyes.
Actually, they might be a similar age by now.
What?
They're around the same age. Like 24-ish. Right? I can't be completely wrong.
Connect is like 23.
Are you sure about that?
Can't accept when you pass on Dalton Connect. Anyway, the Sixers ruined their pick by not picking Connect.
Yeah, we're not worried about passing on Connect because we got a younger, better player. But we're going to skip through all that because I think we've heard this before.
Yes, we have, and I will continue to bring this up as he succeeds in his career. The pod is ongoing. The pod is here. The pod is there. The pod.
So, I finally got into the Starting Five on Netflix. I know I'm probably late to that, but I don't know if everyone's watched it. There's like over 10 episodes in a season, and it's like a vlog type thing that they're doing, which McCain also does on YouTube, by the way. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. So if you haven't watched it, definitely give it a try and probably like it and end up finishing the season.
Kind of like how the Sixers season's finished.
It's not finished. We just won yesterday.
Congrats on winning your 4th game.
Without starters.
Starter.
Multiple
Only one that
rotations.
matters.
And we had an injury throughout the game also. Which
It's
begs the question. As I said on previous episodes, is the NBA a young man's game?
Sure. There is some exceptions to that rule, but yes, it is a young man's. The prime ages of like 27 to 32.
I think I saw something, the Sixers are the second oldest team in the NBA behind the Suns. I think the Suns are doing decent though, but like KD's 30, 39, around there. Who else they have that's old? They have Beal, he's up there. They have Plumlee, is he up there?
Yes.
Yeah, but I don't know how good the Suns are doing. I think they're in the top 6, right? They've got to be.
For the West, I think so. I'm not looking at it as standings right now.
But if you look at the top teams of each conference, the majority of them are just younger. Like, they have those athletes that could run around, jump at a high level. There's some of that on the Blazers, but like they're still building. So,
unfortunately, that's not really working out yet. Give it time. Give it time. We all knew that Scoot was not that guy. Except you.
I mean, I don't know if I'm starting to die hope on Scoot Henderson. I just don't see any improvement. Maybe he doesn't like the game, like Pat has said about some players. Speaking of Pat.
You gotta have straps.
Where are we predicting Pat Bev to go to?
Brooklyn Nets.
Why there? He doesn't compete there.
It's not the point. For one, he's going to be suspended a few games to begin if he ever does sign. And then, obviously, he has to get accustomed with teammates. But the Brooklyn Nets could use somebody.
I'm going to say the Sacramento Kings. For the simple fact that they need a backup point guard. And they need some help on defense and, like, a leader out there. I don't know if DeRozan bringing him in is actually a leader. I think he's more of a follower type player.
That's some strong accusations.
Well, who else is going to lead them? Like, they don't have...
Fox.
Okay, like, he's clutch, but he's not a leader.
Sabonis.
He's not a leader.
Sabonis.
No one respects Sabonis like they respect, like,
DeRozan.
LeBron or Steph, Draymond.
So people respect Draymond? I didn't know that.
I'm saying in a winning sense, not like a personal sense.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so I don't see how Draymond is the respect one.
What do you mean? He's won, and he's...
Curry.
Okay, but he's like the voice of their team because Curry is not that loud, outspoken person. He leads by example. Some people lead in different ways.
Okay, fair enough. But anyway, also we want to talk about how right now...
How you're taller than me all of a sudden?
Yeah, there's that. I got tremendously huge.
Pause. Say less.
No cancellations, please. But yes, so we want to talk about how the Claw might be coming back. The league's views are down, as a certain pod has said. Supposedly, they're waiting on the Claw.
Okay,
Fact or fiction?
when Kawhi played last year, no one really cared. I'm just saying.
They're waiting on the Claw. The Clippers are having a surprisingly good year with James Harden.
Yeah, and once he comes back, he's gonna, like, ruin their offense.
Ruined?
Yes. That was my bold take. It's
Okay.
working. Stop breaking it. Just like the Kings. Stop breaking the Kings. I used to like them. Go back.
There's nothing
Go
wrong
back
with
to
DeMar.
how it was.
There's nothing wrong with DeMar DeRozan.
There's everything wrong. Trade DeMar. Keep the Kings how they were. Anyway.
I have a hot take to jump on that point.
What?
OG Anunoby is the next Kawhi.
Okay, moving on.
No, I have to state my point. If you watch the guy's play style, he shoots from the similar positions in the post, mid-range. He goes, obviously, from three. He's added the wing threes to his game consistently, which my partner may not know about. He used to be just strictly corners and dunks. So there you got the continuation of progress there on top of his continual defensive mastery. One of the best wing defenders I've ever seen in my life. And then you also got the fact that they're about the same height and weight.
One of the best wing defenders in your life?
Yeah. Being serious.
What about all the older players?
One of the best.
Does that mean like top 10, top 5?
I just said one of the best.
Okay.
There's not a number on it!
There's so many players that...
I don't care. I said one of the best I've seen in my life.
Is it because he's on the Knicks? Would you be saying this if he was on the Raptors?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yeah, because I thought so then. Champ.
Alright, should we get into our fantasy segments?
Already? Do we have our callers yet?
They'll be ready. They're always ready. You
Are
gotta
they?
stay ready.
We've never had callers ready before.
Well, if they want to join the call online, and I can unmute them whenever
Who's on?
They're not in it yet, but I could let them know and go from there.
Get him in there.
We're not. Are you ready for them now?
Just tell them to get ready.
All right. So while that's okay, they want to. Okay, while that's going on, should I get into my genius?
What is your genius, mister?
I'm kidding. We're getting into our commercial break.
Featuring yours truly. All right, hurry up. They don't want to see the screen. You gotta stay quiet.
Mind you.
Ready to roll! Ready to roll! Coming off a 3-0 in a week, your number one fantasy advisor, Mars Finer! I got your 3 best waiver wire pickups for the week. I'm directing you to pay me. Pay me, pay me, pay me. No, number one advisor of the year last year. The champion himself, fantasy, Mars Finer. Go to marsfiner.com. 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 $69. 3 best waiver wire pickups. Favorite number. Favorite position. Marsfiner.com. Pay me.
All right, that is our little commercial. We'll get
Now
right.
let's get into my waiver wire pickups of the week.
All right, so
No, this is my segment.
This
not
is
all
my
right, so-
segment. I am the genius.
No, you're not a genius.
all right, so my waiver wire pickup of the week. I am gonna go with
You're moving down the line.
Yves Missy, however you say it.
Did you just call him Yves?
Yves. Oh my god.
Ask Jeeves what his real name is.
Jeeves?
Ask Jeeves is a website.
Alright, so this guy, starting center for a depleted Pelicans team, he is showing his worth lately, as you see. I actually watch basketball on like the fake genius to my right or left, depending on how the camera's
There's
set up.
nothing about fakeness in my game.
Alright, so this is my guy, putting up some great numbers, double figures, almost, I guess, consistently, you could say, since being a starter.
Not really.
He is their best center on roster, unless you want to put Zion at center when he's healthy. So,
Carry on.
we'll go with the fake genius. He'll give his...
All right, if you want an over 500 person's take instead of an 0-5 currently, as his record reflects, we're going to look at this list here. We're going to look at the players, and you're going to look and see the first name that sticks out to you is Dalton Connect. You're going to want to pick him up. He is on the rise. He is on the rise. He is on the rise. Since being inserted into the starting lineup, he's had several games of success. You'll see his numbers dip when he's playing under 30 minutes. So as a starter, you're going to want to pick him up. You're going to want someone who has the consistency of shooting the ball at an accurate pace and had a elite college season. This is not new to him, as opposed to Missy.
This is very new to both players.
Not really.
You could pick who you think the genius is and go with that player. How about that?
Let the record show.
All right, so we haven't done a podcast episode in, I get, was it
2 weeks.
2 full weeks?
2 weeks, yep, so we got to review some stuff here.
So
Go back to the previous week.
scoreboard. We left off. Who was facing who?
No,
Oh, it was this week because I remember Robo was coming back, right?
we already talked
We
about
did that one. That was
Yeah.
our last one.
Duh.
So
As you can see, we see who won the week. It was me, Team Swish. I'm always swishing. You're seeing the success. If you want to look at people who you want to listen to, is me. It is not him.
Crap.
Good job.
All right, so he got the win that week. I was still dealing with some injuries.
No excuse.
This was a great matchup, as was the first one, I guess you could say. But this was a high-scoring, great matchup. Either of those teams would beat anyone in the week.
Surprisingly, Vucevic.
Just crazy amounts of points compared to everyone. Just like Brook Lopez shouldn't be getting over 200 in a week, and Vucevic, Prestera is coming back to life.
He beat one of the worst teams.
Prestera,
Stop doing that.
why
Just
does it
go
keep
down.
happening? Prestera's coming back to
onto
life.
that instead of the actual screen.
Andy, this was his peak of his team.
Yeah.
He's fallen off since this week.
Or we can get into that a bit. Now, you'll notice someone on the bottom changed his name a few times. Usurper of Kings is what we know as default in our stars.
Wait. Oh crap, I really thought that was Sleepers.
No, she didn't get a win. So Usurper of Kings dominated our dad, which is the Rebels team.
Honestly, like, look at the top scorers, like, his top guy is 150.
That just means he's deep.
I don't get it. Like, he has the third most points this week, and he's 150 points. Like,
It's called drafting deep.
What about your top guy?
It's called... You don't win by one player alone. You win by a team like we all tried to tell you, Mr. Loser.
Anyway.
Next week, which is...
This week.
This current week, we are seeing... we are the Stat Stuffers, which is Mr. Dime here, finally winning because he's facing the worst team.
No, I'd be beating a lot of these teams.
Andy is struggling against Prestara. Wow, that's funny to say that. Well, Philly has let us down. Rebels is going to get a win, it looks like. We have a close matchup between two Titans. The Tron Potatoes and Default Usurper of Kings are in a heavy contested match.
What does that even mean?
He obliterates. He's having a Sabonis type week, it looks like. And if you look at Trons or Potatoes, the two guys I desire the most are leading him.
Is that your advertising of Trade Me?
Trade me, yes, as I've been trying. And then you see me, I got some downfall yesterday against Dirk stepbacks. I tried, but unfortunately, two guys happened to get injured and not play, Kuzma and, who was the other one? Click the box score, please. Kuzma, I think Beal was the other one. Yeah, Kuzma and Beal didn't play last night.
Why doesn't it show the outs?
Don't know. I guess it doesn't show who's hurt on this, but who cares? That's the point.
We haven't done this in a while. You could finish your segment. I'll get this ready.
That's pretty much it.
Alright, so we haven't done this in a while of the best fantasy players so far. Obviously,
I mean, this is common knowledge.
Jokic, nothing really stands out in the top couple. Maybe Anthony Davis a little bit.
Not really.
No one expected him to be a top 3 fantasy player. He was drafted in 16.
Yeah, stop talking.
Cat was drafted late, right? 40s? 31?
It's not that late.
Any sleepers here? I mean,
Jalen Johnson for sure. I drafted Harden. Look at the position I drafted him, as opposed to his output.
27th. That's pretty early.
Wait a minute.
Vucevic,
I thought I drafted him after that. Oh well.
30th. Nothing really crazy. I mean, Hartenstein, a late genius pickup, is up here.
A regret of mine to drop Hartenstein because of the injury, and I got tired of waiting.
Hart was picked pretty late, right?
Yeah,
81st.
he's up there decently high for his draft stock.
Zubac,
He's on page 1 for all things. Pat Bev did tell us that this...
115th.
Pat Bev tried to tell us this is a top 5 center, though.
I believed
Zubac.
him, and I should have trusted my gut. All right, so the people waiting to call in, let me know when you're ready. We'll try to fill the time in the meantime.
Did you check recently?
Yeah, they're not quite ready. Maybe eventually. I don't know if you have any other segments you want to get into.
Are we going to end with my song, or are we going to do this in the middle?
What song?
The song.
What song?
Song. Anyway, bashing of the beginning of the end for Dime. As I've succeeded to beat him like I told you I would. His words have been falling ever since then. People are starting to doubt him, and we will hear more of that in a bit. But you could really trust my word here when I tell you you're going to want to pick up Dalton Connect as your waiver wire pickup of the week. That's all the people care.
Speaking of that, he only beat me because I took some risks in the waiver wires last week.
That's exactly why you want to listen to me.
You want to take risks when you're trying to recoup your record.
Not everyone's trying to recoup their record because they did the right thing in the first place.
So we're just about ready.
Calls. I got roasting.
All right, so I'm gonna join the call just so everyone's ready.
Pull up the Discord. Call us on the Discord only. We do not have a phone line.
We do not have a number. This is our setup, makeshift setup.
Low budgetary, so make sure you're paying me for the $69 waiver wire pickups of the week.
Can I be heard?
Yes, we are ready. Can you hear us?
Gotta try it.
Oh wait, we have
I
to.
did not hear you.
Can you hear us
Can't
now?
hear me?
Okay, yeah.
All right,
Ready?
we're good. Let us know if you can hear us on like YouTube or whatever, so we're good to go. I don't know if you guys still have it
Oh,
up.
I heard Surgeon on the YouTube.
You
On
have.
the YouTube?
Yeah, I heard you say, "Can I be heard?"
Oh, okay, we're good.
Okay.
All right,
So,
we're ready.
Yes,
how,
sir.
how do we want to start this? Do you want to go right into the predictions, or what do you guys want to call in about?
Trolling.
Is this the
I'm
roast?
pulling up
Is this the roast special?
this the roast
We got
segment.
some glazing and some roasting, perfect for Thanksgiving.
Excellent.
I'll let Sergeant go first, and then I'll rant a bit.
Wait, you go first. I'm still pulling up the YouTube.
All right. Well, time for some glazing. Gotta glaze myself here. Last week, Tron and or Potatoes and Mr. Dirk had the highest scoring matchup.
Yep,
I think that was like
100,
one of the first times I was not in the top 2.
160. I don't even know what I'm saying. 1,600.
1,624.
Yeah, to 1,604, which is a pretty high scoring matchup.
Pretty
Fantasy.
high. I was just below in number 3, but this week, I got a full rested lineup for this Sunday.
What does
matchup.
usurper mean?
You should look that up. I'm taking what's mine, whether it be by force. No, it's gonna happen. I got a full rested lineup, facing against Potatoes. He's got a couple guys that are not rested.
Mm.
All
So
my star players are playing.
what
I've had
is
two 1900 weeks already. I could do another one.
so what is yours? I'm confused. Like, are you saying you already have the medal? Like,
No,
Or-
I mean I'm taking
or are you taking
Once, you know-
respect?
I'm taking everything after last year. The disrespect, even in the draft this year.
I mean,
I'm taking the crown.
I was on the
You
air.
have to come get it first.
I was on the airwaves of already glazing your team to start with. I mean,
Wait, what spot did I have
So-
him?
you have him almost last. Like you have him.
You had me fit. You had me at the most mid position.
Should we pull up?
And I
Do we have
am
that?
currently about to hit 10,000 points scored.
Oh wow, yeah.
500 above Mr. Dirk.
I'm gonna see if I could
Who's the
find the
second highest?
predictions from.
Yeah, I think I had him 5th.
Yeah, he had him fit. I remember this, you know. I hold this. There's a reason why I beat that matchup against Mr. Swish. The 1955 point performance.
Yeah.
Didn't you have a strong season last year too in terms of points? But you were just not winning your matchups.
Yeah, I just faced like the highest score or one of the highest every week, and all my top picks were injured.
I had a
And
great
the
year
disrespect
last
I
year.
got from Dewar. He was like, "Yeah, you just gotta drop these guys." I'm like, "I can't drop these guys because
Well,
the
you can't
people
say
that are hurt
That's the-
are like
I-
Embiid, Melo, Butler."
I
You
just
expect me to drop all that?
found the picture of Tron that he sent about a week ago. The Slayer
Yeah,
picture.
That's what I said. I was like, "Damn, Tron's like the Slayer of Kings right now." So I called myself that. Then I'm like, "No, that's not right because you know Tron kills me here. It's not gonna look good."
Oh my god.
That's funny.
Yeah, you should pull that picture up. It is pretty funny. Just knocking on the door, but I have confidence in my team after, you know, some poor performances, but my
Yeah.
team is deep enough that it doesn't rely on any single player.
That's what I was saying before, yeah.
You weren't saying that to start the year, that's for sure.
I had him 5th.
That's pretty bad,
Yeah.
but I remember the Sohan hate. I don't know why there was so much hate on it.
I'm gonna pull up the
Pick.
picture now of
Yeah,
Tron's.
the picture is very funny.
He's knocking on the door right now, trying to be.
Will he succeed in opening the door?
He's 2 points behind right now after some stat corrections last night. He was only 1 point. Now he's 2. But I've got confidence. Just looking at his lineup for tonight.
Wait, where's? Is this the week? Yes.
Yeah, this is it here. So pull up the box or matchup.
I'm pretty sure it's a full slate.
Yeah, it's a full matchup. Me and Bo Tatum's are like the one teams where we have a full no injury full like lineup.
Yeah, it should be.
Oh wow.
I mean, I don't
But
like.
I do want to say he has guys that are not rested. Keontae George, Utah, and Dallas just played yesterday.
Yeah,
They're
that's
playing
true.
again tonight.
I
And
don't-
these guys are not his star players, so I don't think they're going to put up big numbers.
Yeah, I don't like his players for tonight. I mean, he has a full slate, but a lot of these players aren't gonna really do much.
Tatum, Brunson, Towns, Mobley.
Yeah,
I
well,
think it just depends on what his bigs are going to be able to do. Like Aiton, Gafford, Kessler, if they can all have big nights where they can put points and
Yeah, I could
rebound.
give him like a generous 400 points.
that's
yeah,
a lot.
I also think I
Well,
could
no,
get, like,
That's
a
way
generous
too much.
400.
Yeah, that's a little too
No,
much.
like a generous, right? We're over predicting just to have a cushion. Because if Brunson and Towns and Tatum put up 60 each, which they could, even Mobley could put up 50.
Eh,
Just to project higher here. But I think if I expect a decent performance from my guys, 30 to 40 to 50 each, I think I might have this week.
the thing with his Knicks players is they're facing a really bad team today, so they might demolish him, and he might not get as many
Yeah, get
points.
the rest. Yeah, the Pelicans are pretty
Yeah,
bad.
good point.
So if the Knicks, hopefully they rest
Is Brandon Ingram back yet?
Ingram
No.
is still.
He's out.
He's yeah. They just listed him today that he's not gonna be playing tonight.
Yeah, that game's gonna be a blowout probably. But
I would say.
DeJounte Murray does something rather than try to get like a double-double with turnovers.
Yeah.
tell me how the guys that I really thought were gonna do good ended up doing bad, and now they're doing good again. Like,
Cause you're not a basketball genius and you're 0-5 right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, you're
I don't
0
know
5.
why
Let's start with
dropped
the.
Cam Johnson. I'm just gonna say that I don't know why like Cam Johnson was ever dropped. He was giving you solid like 20 to 30 points.
I thought he could I could relay him, and oh my god, that looks bad. I should have
Yeah,
kept him.
who did you even pick up for him? Like I got no clue. I don't know why you dropped him. It
I was
made
gonna
no
draft
sense.
him to Cam Johnson. It's just because like Brooklyn is so depleted of roster players and they have a lot of injury prone players that Cam Johnson was gonna get a lot of usage regardless. He gets a little bit of every stats too. Like he gets
Yeah, I picked him
Yeah.
last year too. I
half a
picked
block a
the
game.
I
18
picked
points.
Cam Johnson and Nick Claxton together last year, but I dropped Claxton because he got hurt.
Yeah, I picked up
The same thing happened. Yeah, same thing happened this season. Right? Like Dewar picked Claxton and then dropped him because he was hurt.
My
And
name
that's
is
why I was like, I'm not gonna pick him.
my name's Dimer.
Okay.
For this sake, his name
You
goes.
touch about every free agent, you will eventually, other people will pick him up. I
Yeah,
just want to say that. It's like you throw enough darts at a board, one of them's gonna land.
I've had a lot of land.
Not really. Not this year.
I have.
And you didn't get into the finals last year either. Yet you want to claim genius.
I was the best team in the regular season, that's for sure.
We're about playoffs here.
I remember when Mr. Stat Stuffers was basically bragging last year, and
Yeah.
I'm like, look at the stats. I have more points for, but I have like a monster amount of points against, and he was higher in the records than me. I'm like, any time of the week, if I could match against someone that's just not the top scorer, I would be
Myself.
winning.
Yeah, I had a great year last year.
I mean, yeah. But
It's coming around this year. I'm still in the hunt.
my genius stems from picking up players that no one expects to do good, and they do good. Sometimes
Alright, let's-
there's going to be...
Let's look at you quick.
Yeah, let's look at the record show. Let the record show what actually you're talking about here.
It'll-
Alright, so can you name us right now on your current roster who are these guys that nobody expects to pop up that you picked up?
Yeah,
well,
give us proof.
Go one at
Alright.
a time so I
let's start at
Yeah.
the top. You got Isaiah Hartenstein, great fantasy
Okay,
edition.
everyone expected that. Even Mr. Swish picked him and dropped him because he was hurt.
exactly.
I needed production right away, so I
And the
dropped him.
genius knew he was coming back, so he got him right
You
away.
did not know you were in a party.
I did.
And he came back like a week or two early, and you told me. I was like, "Oh damn, that's a good pickup," because I wanted to pick him up too. And you said, "I didn't know he was playing either until I looked at the scores." And you saw that he was playing.
All right, so next
You
guy,
got exposed.
Christian Brown,
Yeah,
picked up
nobody knew he was going.
Christian Brown, another pickup in free agency. No one expected to produce over 32 average points.
Braun was doing good early on. I just want to say that it's not.
He
like
was.
doing
Not
good.
really.
Yeah, he was.
I mean,
Yeah, he was.
he was.
He
He was
good.
averaging 30 plus in the
He was-
beginning. I wanted to pick him up too.
And
He
you
was
also
the guy that you grabbed in October 28th.
you also got Malik Beasley, another fantasy edition that has been consistent for me lately.
I will say Beasley was a pretty decent pickup. I'll give you
Bees.
that one.
Yeah.
Cool. I mean,
No,
Koulibaly is falling off after you called him the next Kawhi Leonard.
he's
What about
not.
James
That would be OG.
he'll be back. Also, Jared McCain.
Getting
little
back
slump,
to normal.
Little slump
Back
right
to
now,
normal for
but
him right
he's
now.
been a great addition.
No, not really.
Nonetheless, he'll be back.
This past week, Jared McCain has scored fewer points than Tobias Harris.
Fantasy wise, or
Fantasy wise.
Fantasy, yeah.
McCain, 3 games combined is equal to 1 of Crumble Cookie's games played. And Doer's telling me that Crumble Cookie is an easy drop.
He is an easy drop.
Jared McCain's last 5 games is probably the same equivalent to one of Jokic's game.
I don't know about that. You have a 50 bomb in there, so I don't know.
I'm including that 50 bomb. He has a game. One of Jokic's game, he had like 99 points. I
Yeah,
think.
Jokic had.
I think he's right.
Giannis had like a 111-point game or something.
My math
Yes.
adds up to over 100 in the last 5 games. Maybe the last 4.
You're barely over 100 with
All right,
McCain.
let's go to the next one. Another fantasy waiver wire pickup, Malcolm Brogdon. Absolutely
Brogdon's
going
doing good.
crazy.
Basically the last couple games.
Yeah, it's
So
like
we just-
recent stats.
we just-
Know, there's not enough of a
Recency
sample
bias.
size.
We just went through like at least 5 players that are great pickups, and you're saying that I'm not a
Yeah, but
genius.
they're not hidden gems because you're saying that you're picking
How?
guys that nobody expected to do well, and then they did well, right? I think that's the key thing. Like Hartenstein, I think everybody kind of knew he was gonna do well.
All right,
Especially
Brown
when
was
Trent
already
down.
doing-
I'm not counting Hartenstein. I'm saying the other 5, like Brown, Beasley, McCain, Brogdon.
McCain's not doing that much.
Yeah, McCain popped off for a stretch, and now he's come back to earth.
He'll be back. He's not really a point guard, and they have him the point guard role, and he even said in
I
his
mean-
press conference he's not really comfortable.
41 only got you 13 fantasy
Wait, what?
points. On November 27th, he had 41 minutes of game time and only got you 13 fantasy points.
Where's the answer for that?
Bad shooting,
He's
some
only got
turnovers.
33 fantasy points in 3 games this week. Crumble Cookie had 33 in a single game.
I mean, that happens with
It's
shooters.
the way the cookie crumbles.
Yeah, and Cookie crumbles. He's not that good, right? I'll be honest with that.
Yeah.
And McCain's 3 games are equivalent to 1 of Crumble Cookie's.
Should we move on to see why Philly Phantom Flyers only has 800 points on the week?
We could do that.
He's got a
He's not really
hospital
fixing
over
his
there.
roster.
Yeah, he just had a kid, so I mean, he could still
I don't
fix
even
his
think
team.
fixing the roster does anything. He's got a hospital.
Yeah.
But
Half
as
the
we
team's out.
as we predicted when he was auto drafted, LaMelo's been
A lot
out.
of red on this team.
The glass team.
When is Kawhi
And you
coming
know what's
back?
crazy? Someone lost to Mr. Phantom. You know, outside of week 1, where he did press the one single button of auto
I
lineup,
think this guy is
there
sitting
was
with us
another
right now.
team that lost. I wonder who that team is.
Yeah. We need answers on that.
We need Mr. Owen 5.
I don't know what you're talking about.
How did you lose to a team like this?
He was healthy. Besides
Wait, he
Kawhi.
Lineups.
It doesn't even matter if he's healthy. He was like the 2nd lowest scorer of that week. Or 3rd. After Sleepers was just barely
don't-
behind.
Don't have any answers to this question.
It's just basketball genius.
There's no genius detected in you then. Geniuses would have an
Genius
answer.
that Mr. Potatum said is that, you know what, it's the trust the process. Now, 0-5 is part of the process.
It is.
Not when you're trying to win a championship.
Well, Sixers are going through it. I'm going through it. One of us has to go on top. We'll see.
Good point. But yeah, I don't think you're going to win anything.
Well, you know, I face Mr. Stat Stuffers next week. We shall see who gets their stat stuffed.
This guy's actually doing good, Prestera. Even though he's not even fixing his team either.
No, he's been doing it this week.
Yeah, he's done it. He just needs to drop
All is performing pretty well too, and he has some decent guys: Jalen Johnson, Shea Gilgeous, Kyrie Irving, Scotty Barnes.
Keldon Johnson, though, why is he still there?
Yeah, he needs to drop all his bench guys. Like, Williams, gotta get rid of that.
concussion.
Dewar's favorite player, Herbert Jones.
Also,
Herbert.
Thompson has been popping up for him this week. If you look at his recent stats, 59,
He's popped off
Yeah.
a couple weeks before too.
Why can't Asar do this?
because Art just
Because
came back.
Asar doesn't get played. Asar did this last year. I picked him. I remember this. He was doing so well, and then he got injured, and then he played.
Is the men Thompson shooting threes yet?
I don't think so.
No,
Yes.
he's averaging than 0.3 pointers made a game.
Yeah.
Oh my
He's
god.
not.
How is he? Why don't teams just sag off like they do with Ben Simmons? Like, he's obviously
this
not
guy-
going to shoot.
The Thompson brothers are like, they're dogs, right? They're slashers. They go for the board, defense. Like,
I feel
they're
like
efficient, right?
a lot of teams'
Yeah.
worst defender goes on the Thompsons, just because they
Yeah,
know
but
he's
they're
not going to
fast.
shoot.
But the
they're
thing-
fast, they're slashers.
They're
They
on
play
ball
make-
hawks, so a lot of their points are coming off transition from causing the turnovers, right? Like they have their hands on the ball, they're getting the blocks, they're getting the rebounds. So they're just either throwing the fast break or they're the one on the fast break that's catching the ball and going for the easy dunk.
That would make
also,
sense.
because they don't shoot often, they're not going to be like a low efficiency.
Yeah, that's true.
Efficiency is key. How about Ty Jerome though? Who would have thought?
Well, Ty Jerome was on top of the fantasy thing for like a month before someone picked him up.
Another guy with a similar name, Tice Jones, is also popping off.
Tice? Oh, Tyus.
Ty-
Tyus Jones. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
He was drafted 23rd.
Dang.
But I had Ty's last year too. He's just a point guard that does all the right things as a backup point guard.
He doesn't
But
turn
this-
it over.
but-
Like,
This year he's starting, so he's getting a lot of minutes.
he has one turnover for his 7 assist average. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, that's
One
really
player
good.
that I don't know if you saw, Mr. Alfred Payton.
Oh
21
boy.
assists.
Do not believe in the hype.
Yeah, he's gonna get you back down
I know. It's a
That's
one-off game.
to.
But
It's crazy though.
back to Tyus Jones, I don't think it's hard to get turnovers to assist ratio when you just give it to KD at the perimeter and he just lets it rip.
He's done this
KD's
on the
been hurt.
Spurs.
Yeah, KD's
Wait,
been
no,
hurt
he was
for a
on the
while.
Wizards,
Or-
right?
I mean, they got Booker
Wizards.
too. It's Book-
Yeah, he was doing this on the Wizards, doing like high efficiency assist to turnover ratio. Like he's always
Wolves, Wizards, Suns. For Tyus Jones' career.
Also, he has J-Dubs, who's averaging almost 40 fantasy points a night.
He was averaging almost 50 at one point.
Yeah. Well, he
Which
is.
a crazy
Yeah, look at that. He has 71 game.
been. He's also efficient.
He also gets steals. He's averaging 2.5 steals and 1 block a game right now as well. So that's what four fantasy points per steal and block.
Yeah, that's beasting. Look at those numbers.
I don't like the turnover number though. He doesn't really.
He might drop off a bit, but he's still like a 40 plus, like lock 40 plus.
Yeah, and he's gonna get the ball a lot with no Chet too.
Wait, Chet comes back. Oh wow, he's still
He's gonna be a while.
That's unfortunate. Should he drop Chet? Is that a
No.
bad move?
No.
Don't drop.
Why would you drop him?
I mean,
You would drop the other guys on the bench.
Yeah,
yeah, but I'm saying like, Chet's gonna be out till like February probably.
Yeah, you gotta hold on to that.
yeah, that's one you got to keep on the IR. The other, yeah, like you're saying, Robert Williams is trash. Herbert Jones, Keldon Johnson's a definite drop.
The
we talk about
problem
the-
is, I was gonna say, Prestara doesn't put effort. If he put effort, his team would actually be cracked. If he knew like the waiver players and he just kept rotating in every single week, he would actually be cracked.
Yeah, he's got some great players.
Why were
He
you
just has a
gonna
lot of that gets stats in every category.
stat stuffers?
He's what you claim
He's
to
got
be.
the top end, right? He's got like some mid players, but look at his top end. Like SGA 55, Irving 45, Barnes 43,
Mhm.
Williams 48. Jalen Johnson, 46.
Big
And
surprise.
look at
there.
all these high-end scores that he has. All you gotta do is just get some waiver picks for like the bottom players, and your team's gonna be like stacked.
Buddy healed back to reality.
Yeah, Buddy Hield went back to himself.
Oh my god.
He's always been that way though. Like he's feast or famine, Buddy Hield. He's either
Let's look
hit-
at wake up sleepers.
Oh no.
Another hospital team.
I did promise that I would say something nice. She did a decent pickup today. Marcus Smart.
Who I recommended, the genius recommends.
The genius also, when at the start of the season I picked up Marcus Smart, the genius said that that's a terrible pick. Why are you picking up Smart? He's so trash.
I didn't say he's a
You said
keeper.
that?
He's not a
The
keeper.
self-proclaimed genius.
I don't
Yeah, and
want.
I told you I never intended to keep him. He had 4 games that week. Picked him up. See
Wait,
how
are you
he
talking about
dropped.
last year?
No, I'm talking about this year. Remember at the start of the season? I picked up Marcus Smart. You could look at it. And I told you, you questioned it. You're like, why did you pick up Smart? And I was like, I picked him up because he has 4 games.
Wait,
Right? It's a low risk.
was this in November or October?
October. It was like before the season started. Yeah, October.
I thought he was
22nd.
hurt to start the year. I could have swore he was hurt, and maybe that's why I said it.
Yeah, he was hurt after. I picked him up before he was hurt.
Before the injury.
Played some games
Yeah,
and
good
then
point.
I dropped him.
Can't predict injuries.
I mean, I also thought Vince Williams would do good, and then he got hurt right
Yeah,
away.
good job. Good job with
No,
that
even
pickup.
if he didn't get hurt, terrible pick. I said this immediately happened. I'm like, wait, why did you pick up Vince Williams? He doesn't even play
Basketball
tonight. Yeah, basketball genius. I'm like, he doesn't even play tonight, and you picked him up.
He's
Right?
actually-
And then he plays, and he gives 1 fantasy point.
He's actually a
One
good player,
singular
though.
point.
Like, if he would have got consistent minutes and like games under his belt, he probably would have been a great fantasy player.
It doesn't matter. You chalk the week because you picked a guy that doesn't even play the day that you picked him up, right? So that's already a lost game. And then after, he only gives you 1 point, and then you have to drop him and pick up another guy. So you used a total of 3 pickups because the first one's to grab him. Then he like the second one you drop him, and then now you already lost another game because you picked a guy that didn't play the day that you picked him. Like that's so many lost points, and you lost that week by like what 20?
Yeah, it
You could
wasn't.
have easily won.
I definitely could have won that week.
No.
Yeah, just based off what he said, like I messed up the waiver wires.
Yet you claim to be a genius on that. I
could-
haven't seen it yet.
It could be both. I could admit that I was at fault, and I could also admit I'm a genius.
That two cannot be together like that.
Why?
And you gotta be insane to be a genius, but if what you say is gonna be wrong, you just look kind of dumb.
Geniuses are usually insane.
But anyway, with the Sleepers team, she obviously has some major issues, injury-wise.
I mean, I think a lot of her team's coming back, besides maybe Embiid being out.
Gordon should
I
be
think
back soon.
Quickly should have been dropped really early on.
Yeah, it's too
now
late.
you can't because he's coming back. But like a month ago, he should have been dropped.
Quickly not ready till mid-December at the earliest. So that could even be after that. Could be like Christmas.
It's too late though, right? Because now we're already in December. But he should have been dropped like early November. It's not worth holding on.
I would have definitely dropped Gordon once the news came out that he was out for a while. He's not really
Yeah, I
huge
think this is
fantasy
all
player.
holding on to people for too long.
like
Like they're
32
decent players.
32
I think she
average.
should drop Devin Vassell as well.
Yeah, that was a while. Yeah.
Vassell was a terrible pick. This was a player that she drafted at 69, and I think he was hurt to start the season,
Yeah,
so he
Not
didn't
only
even
that he
play.
hurt, doesn't average more than 22 points, 22 minutes a game, and he doesn't really score that much in general either, or get any other
Yeah, I don't
stats.
know why he was picked at 69.
He was a great fantasy
Nice
player
number.
last year.
All right, let's look at
Good
the
point.
stats.
That was
Well,
also
35
pre
average.
Chris Paul, Stephon Castle.
Yeah, Steph Castle kind of ruined him a little bit. Steph Castle's doing good as a rookie.
As predicted.
Great pickup, Tron.
Question is, can he hope him tonight? I hope not.
I mean, the positives with the sleeper team, you got Maxey getting back to form, Ivy, Cunningham. Aldama was a good, I think, mid-season pickup.
Pritchard is popping off.
Pritchard is going, yeah. Yeah, they're...
I think the team's alright. It's just, like, you can't really win with a hospital.
Yeah, that's the
With
thing.
one IR slot, like, you only got one bed in this hospital. You got nowhere
That's a
else
good
to
way
put
of
these
putting
people.
it.
Yeah.
The one bed was supplied by yours truly.
You only have room for one injured.
The rest of you got to get out. Go waiver
Yeah,
wires.
He's already saying, like, I don't want to play back-to-backs. It's like,
Embiid
okay,
is
well,
defensive.
Embiid's only giving 31 fantasy points in the 4 games that he has played.
I heard something today that Ben Simmons has more wins than Embiid this year.
It's true. Ben Simmons has more wins. He's also played more games.
I don't think Embiid won any games this year, honestly. Like, the 4 games he played, it was all losses. Which is pretty crazy.
I think you're right.
Not crazy at all, because, I expected them to be bad. I'm not a Sixers fan,
Right.
but they were not going to be that good.
You expected Embiid to be this bad?
Yeah. Guess who drafted him last year? And he missed, like, 60% of the season.
You had him last year? What?
Yeah, I had him last year. I had him and LaMelo and Butler. Because last year is when the NBA implemented the new load management rules.
Yep.
And I was taking a chance. I'm like, okay, you know what? Maybe these rules do something. And guess what? LaMelo plays like 20 games. Embiid plays like 30. And those are my
Right.
2 top picks, right?
That would ruin a season. You're right.
I think
this
that's
year,
what we're
I'm
seeing
like,
with
okay,
this
I know the
team.
rules don't do.
Yeah, that's what we're seeing with the sleeper team is your top picks are not playing, not giving you value. Besides Maxey, I mean, he was hurt though. Maxey,
out
Yeah,
for-
Maxey was hurt in the beginning.
yeah. I mean, Pirtle's another. I think he was drafted late, 112.
Yeah, Pirtle was a really good pick.
I think Pirtle's probably her best pick in terms of value for draft position.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really see much.
He's playing way above like his career standards right now, though. Like, don't know if he's gonna drop off if the Raptors get healthy, or even if he gets traded. I don't know. You could look at his last season stat. Right? It's nowhere close to what he has this season.
Yeah, that's true. He really wasn't like that impactful
Pirtle?
at all. Like fantasy wise, he definitely wasn't. Last year,
Yeah, he was on the Spurs. Wait,
No, he was on the
he
Raptors.
was on the Raptors.
He was already on the Raptors the previous season where he got traded.
I thought he
He's
was.
been on the Raptors for 2.5
He
seasons.
doesn't. Yeah,
Oh.
he doesn't average a lot of stats, but this year he's like going above his career. That's why he's doing so well.
Are the Raptors rebuilding or contending?
They're rebuilding 100%.
Yeah, they're rebuilding, but they're accidentally winning games because every other team in the East just sucks.
Well,
They're like rebuilding in a fun way where they'll lose by like 2 against all the top
Yeah,
teams.
exciting games, but you lose.
yeah.
Yeah, which is fine because we know like once we get that next top pick, and then rebuild around that, like they're gonna be good really soon.
You
The
guys,
Especially
crazy thing is that we're still like 2 or 3 wins from a playoff spot.
you guys are
Which
winning
makes no
without your
sense.
starting point guard.
Quickly, yeah.
Well, have you seen the Raptors roster? It's been a hospital. It's literally the sleepers team in real life. Like everyone's
Raptors
hurt.
don't have Kelly Olynyk, they don't have Bruce Brown, they don't got Quickly.
That's
Oh,
like
crap.
half your
Yeah,
rotation.
Barnes was out for a while. Like everyone's like pretty much hurt.
half your rotation's gone. You got guys like
It's like the
Delano
Pelicans.
Banton stepping up.
Who would have thought?
My sleeper role player of the year, Delano Banton.
I mean, there was one game last season in Portland where Delano Banton dropped like 35 points.
Yeah.
Interesting.
He has a flashes. He's just really inconsistent, and he's not a good shooter as a big guard.
Yeah, he's getting better. He's
He's
improving.
He's too old to really develop. So it's kind of a situation where
Yeah, he got drafted.
kind of have
He's already
kind
like
of have what he is.
He got drafted.
Is it too old to develop though? I mean, there's some players that develop late.
Late
Yeah,
bloomers,
that's a lot of
yeah,
investment
sometimes.
to try to develop
That's
this guy.
true. They're already closer to their ceiling.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know about consistency out of Banton.
I trust him off the bench as like 8th guy.
Like I said, Daryl Morey, time to get your mans.
You could probably get him cheap. Yeah, do you guys want to get into anything else or
Another topic. Let's take a look at Rebels team real quick.
Okay.
And there's a certain man by the name of Nikola Jokic.
no.
There's a certain man named that. If you don't believe it, you can press on him. Check out his stats.
Fantasy
Absolutely.
This
Yeah.
guy?
Averaging a
Jokic.
30-point triple-double. He's reached 1,000 fantasy points
Yeah.
so far.
I see
Exactly.
James I see James Harden on my screen right now.
Yeah, James Harden, latest video. We'll get into him too if you want.
Yeah, great
Nikola
great
Jokic.
pick.
This man, the genius, said that he is not an MVP candidate. Or not a favorite.
not in the top
No,
5.
He
Not
is in the top 5.
You know, not even top 10, I think, because he started listing other players.
No, he's in the top
He
10.
listed
Top
he listed
1.
Harden. Yeah, he
put
listed
Harden
Harden
over Jokic.
above
No,
Jokic.
I said
Crazy.
if you like Jokic, you should also like Harden. I didn't
Why?
say
Harden's
Yes.
not giving
No.
you a 30-point triple-double.
he's impacting the game like on a bad
You're
team.
telling me Jokic is not
Bad
impacting
team.
the game?
They're both
I literally
impacting
gave
the
you
game.
stats that backs up the fact that the Nuggets would be a bottom 8 team if it wasn't for Jokic. The only reason why they're even
Yeah.
close to contention.
So would the
Because of
Clippers.
Clippers, they'll probably be like 2 spots down without Harden.
The funny thing is, the genius is saying, oh, the Clippers are higher in the standings. And then he ignores the fact that the Clippers played 3 more games than the Nuggets. And he's like, they're not a seed. They're not a seed. I'm like, they played 3 less games. And they're still in a playoff spot.
They get half game credit though for each game missed.
Yeah, but half-point credit, that's also a half-point missing. Right?
If they're
What if
winning
they
that
win those
much.
games?
Yeah.
They are winning, though.
Yeah,
I
I think
mean-
Jokic is way above
Didn't
Harden.
they barely beat Utah the other night?
Then you have to think about the fact that Aaron
Oh,
Gordon's
they killed
injured,
him.
Jamal Murray's dog, Michael Porter Jr. still doesn't know how to pass.
Yeah, his
Don't-
job is to shoot.
They have no rotation on their bench. The only players that are
Oh,
performing
they blew out Utah, too. I just
Yeah.
checked.
Yeah, they did.
I mean, I don't know.
On the strength of 69 fantasy points.
I really don't think Jokic is winning MVP this year, even if you think he's top 2 or top
Okay.
3.
I will give it to you
Harden-
that
what part
he
is
might not win for political reasons, right? They might be like, we don't want to give the same guy MVP again. 'Cause He's
Yeah.
already won it like 3 times.
Let's say
If
the
you-
Nuggets are not top 3.
That's what I'm saying. If the Nuggets aren't top 3, he shouldn't be in the MVP, like, real talks. Like,
Even though, like, on paper, realistically, he should be the MVP. Right? Even if
But
his
how-
team isn't top 3.
someone over a 30-point triple-double. And it's not just like 30, 10, and 10. It's 30, 14, and 11 with 1.5 steals a game. Like, that's insane. He's also shooting 50% at 3 right now on 3 attempts made per game.
I'm not saying he's a bad player. I'm saying he's not winning MVP. That's the only thing
No,
I'm saying.
I'm not saying that you're saying he's a bad player. I'm
He
saying
should
how can
win
you put
it.
someone over him with those type of statistics?
He was saying Harden, right? Like, How do you
I
even
was-
compare that?
I wasn't saying Harden
He
isn't.
even brought up Jaylen Brown. He was like Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. I'm like, okay, Tatum.
I'm
yes.
saying if you're
bringing up Brown?
saying
You
that
don't need both Celtics there.
if you're saying
Hey,
that
how are you
Yo-
gonna put
hold
Brown
on.
above Jokic?
If you're saying that Jokic is leading a bottom seeded team if he was not healthy, then you
He's
could
not
say the
even
same about the
bottom-seeded.
Clippers and Harden, because the Clippers would be
He's-
pretty bad
He's
without.
doing what Embiid isn't able to do for the Sixers right now. They would be
Yeah.
in the exact same position as the Sixers if Jokic was injured.
I'm saying the same about the Clippers without Harden.
Yeah, but then Harden is not averaging a 30-point triple-double for you, right? And carrying the team.
Sometimes
If you
leaders.
compared one-on-one,
Sometimes leaders use their words, and sometimes they just back it up with stats. That's all I'm saying.
This
No,
guy
but
won
Harden
a
is not
ring.
on any team he's been on.
Jokic is a 3-time MVP, and he has a ring.
Yeah, champion.
Well, my MVP.
Harden has never done anything in the playoffs.
My top 3 MVPs are SGA, D. Mitch, and Tatum.
How is Mitchell
Wow.
considered on there with your standards of like,
I'm
oh,
a
That's so
big
this
bad.
guy's
fan
less
because I'm from
impactful?
Canada, but SGA is playing on one of the most stacked team in the entire league. Like, their depth is insane. I don't even know how you can put him as someone that carries this team when without him,
He
they
doesn't.
would probably still win just as many games.
You got to give some respect to the top teams for MVPs.
Yeah, I give respect to SGA. I think top 3 is kind of like a mixed bag. There's no definitive like number 1, but it's kind of like anyone in the top 3 could win it. Like SGA should be there, Jokic should be there,
Yeah.
even Giannis, who Dewar just never brought up. I'm like Giannis has carried like the Bucks on his back.
Giannis will be
Even
there
in losses.
eventually, but
Doncic.
Doncic has been hurt and Kyrie's been carrying without him, so I don't know about him.
Yeah, but if Doncic comes back and goes back to what he was doing.
They're doing good without
had
him.
a
He's already
pretty
ruined his
mediocre
case.
season. Yeah, he hasn't done like amazing.
Right.
Who
I
was
mean-
it? Was it Team Switch that drafted Reed Shepherd?
Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately.
I say this every time. I look at the draft and I'm like, why are we picking rookie?
So that was a
Rookies are,
calculated
like, the
risk.
Most unsafe.
Calculated
Is it
risk
just
that
no
I knew I
play?
could drop. That's the only reason.
He was drafted to be dropped.
Yeah, like
Yeah, like Reed Shepard was the pick before Zubac.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
kind of crazy.
wait,
Even like
Zubac?
Chris Paul was there.
Yes.
J1
Zubac was picked super late. That was a good pickup.
Wow.
So who are your top 3 MVPs then? You said SGA, Jokic, and Giannis?
And
I would throw Giannis in there.
I would put
He's
Giannis
carried the Bucks on his back.
defensively and offensively. And I even told you his usage percentage. It's, what is it? Let me look at it real quick. It's
So
37%. Jokic is
Yeah.
is only being 29 usage. So like
Hmm.
Giannis literally like the entire Bucks identity right now.
Probably for a good reason, the way they started.
Yeah, they were like one of the bottom teams, and now look at them. Right? Like the comeback.
I guess I'm more.
Also, I mean, AD's doing good too.
I guess I'm more so
LeBron's also
projecting.
doing good.
I think I'm projecting instead of like living in the moment. Like I don't think the Bucks are gonna keep up this pace. I don't think the Nuggets are gonna be a top team.
They could be. You can't sleep on them.
I'm kind of
I don't know how you
projecting.
say the Nuggets aren't going to be when like they're always one of the top.
Yeah, they're gonna get Gordon back soon, and then if Murray ever gets
Let's
his
see
act
where they
together,
last year. I thought they were like 5 or 6.
How can you count out the Nuggets when you can play 24 seconds of perfect defense just for Jokic to lob it over your head for a local 3-pointer?
I'm not counting them out. I'm just saying I don't think he's an MVP top 3 candidate.
I think
That's
right now
insane.
they
Crazy.
are the worst that they can be. I feel like they can only go up because if Jamal Murray can play back to his standards, they get Aaron Gordon back and Michael Porter Jr. plays a little more consistent. Like they just get better. Like this is the lowest they can be at the moment right now. Is in my opinion.
I'm curious if they're gonna be on the market for trades.
They don't have any cap.
Yeah, they don't have
Really?
cap and they don't have much assets left. Like
Well,
Russell
like-
Westbrook.
You can't aggregate contracts.
No, what I'm saying is like some like rotational pickups on the bench, not big names.
Like Eric Gordon. I'm kidding.
No, like some worth taking risks on players.
Cam Thomas.
No.
Delano Banton.
Delon Bateman. Great pickup. Jordan Clarkson.
That's a name at least. I don't know what his contract is.
DiVincenzo.
No, he's not going to get traded. His value dipped big time.
That Towns trade was absolutely awful for the Timberwolves.
Yeah.
I said it when I saw it. I'm like, wait, this makes no sense for a team that was like competing. Right? It's not like the Timberwolves are trying to sell. I was
Yeah.
like, this makes no sense why they made this trade.
Honestly, I think it was the ownership trying to make financial cuts. It had nothing to do with basketball.
I agree. I think it all has to do with long-term financial stability because they did not want to pay Cat. What was he making? Like 30 something?
No, it's 50
Yeah, so
something.
they'd rather get Randall. That
50. Yeah.
makes a lot of sense.
Oh my god.
Well, I don't think Randall's contract is as long, and they want to have enough money in the future to sign Edwards.
Randall is a free agent after this year.
He
Yeah,
has,
exactly.
he has no option.
He's probably not going to take
player
it.
option.
He's not going to take
Almost
it.
31 mil.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to take the option. He's going to look for at least 40.
Yeah,
Where-
he's gonna try to get paid like Mr. PG-13.
Where's Randall even
Who
from?
is
Is he an
terrible.
Eastern person?
No, Texas.
Texas.
The issue is Dante DiVincenzo. Like, what are they going to plan with him? He's coming off the bench, which he doesn't want to, and he's playing pretty bad right now.
Yeah, he's not
Like,
shooting well.
For more,
Gotta let him find his groove. And the crazy thing is the first round pick that they got, which was the Pistons.
Yep.
The Pistons are actually doing alright. Well, the pick's not even gonna be like a top pick, maybe.
Yeah, and that was a protected pick, so if it falls out of the protection, they're going to get an okay pick, maybe.
I feel like this is okay draft to get a mid-round pick just because of how stacked the draft is.
Yep. Better draft in next year's, too. This year and next year.
Yeah, next year is really nice too. With is next year Cameron Boozer?
The Boozers, yep, and Kyan Anthony.
Yeah.
Elijah Arenas, is he in there?
I think he's the one after that.
Oh,
Yeah, I think he's a little younger.
dang.
You gotta
Is it-
think
But
of
yeah,
people
The
who are
next three
just
drafts will be really good.
Wait, where's Bryce?
Bryce is in
Is it
the next year one. He's in the same
Yeah.
year as the Cam and Boozer twins.
I think he's gonna end up being better than Bronny even. Like,
Well, yeah, he's already bigger.
Yeah, he's a bigger player. He's just naturally better fitted.
yeah.
I'm not sure he's gonna be like a starter in the league, though. That's the only thing.
Well, he won't be a G League like kind of player at least.
Right.
What could have been. No, I mean, Bronny still has time. Who knows?
He could
The
develop,
problem
but
is he's smaller, so you have to do more. Right?
Ronnie is also really young, and we have to remember before his cardiac arrest, he was a top prospect.
yeah,
Like
was.
he had good. He was putting up good numbers before he had his heart defect thing.
Good point.
Yeah.
Good point.
Did you want
And
to?
again, people are just over projecting. He at the end of the day, he's a 53rd.
Yeah, he's like last in the second
Everyone
round
expected
pick.
he putting up like top 10 prospect numbers when he's barely got drafted in the second round.
Should we announce our guest?
Did you want?
We have
All right, so we have a guest in here. Sleepers.
What up?
Did you want
The
to add
hospital
anything?
team.
I don't know what you guys are discussing, but I would like to weigh in on whatever it is.
Your failures?
Okay, I told you have to say one positive thing.
I
about
did
me.
already.
Okay, good. Are they on the screen or
There is
not?
only
No,
one
it's just
winless
voice
team.
chat.
Hi, friends.
Greetings.
Can they see you?
They're
Yeah, they could see us.
Oh.
Well, in the video on the YouTube.
On YouTube it
Are you
is.
guys wrap it up or?
Get in there. I mean, we already discussed our stuff, and now we're just talking draft and future drafts.
Nice.
Like the Sixers should be focused
Which
on.
also, I heard about this. Someone recommended a dynasty league, like a college and NBA draft, like separate but a combined league. Like you draft and then you develop them into your NBA team once they get drafted.
So G League.
that sounds like a lot of work.
I know it sounds like a lot, but I think it's a cool idea. Like,
Sounds like the G League.
No, because you're drafting college players before they're picked.
which is, I don't know, it's interesting for like the real like invested basketball guys.
That's tough because a lot of college guys don't always pan out in the NBA.
I feel like Dewar would be 0-5 again.
Yeah, he doesn't
He's
watch college as
purposely
much.
tanking to get that top pick.
I do watch college occasionally.
Not enough.
Some say his team sucks. In his mind, it's trusting the process.
Sixers mentality.
Embiid cannot even be traded this season because
No.
of the extension he signed. Paul George is making $50 million till he's like 38 years old.
Yeah,
Like, how are you gonna come back from this? This is crazy.
you just get healthy and hope for the best. Even though every game that Paul George plays, he hurts himself.
I can't.
He's at the end.
How long is his contract? A year?
4.
4 years.
It
Shoot.
is signed till he's 38 years old. It's a terrible contract. 50+ million.
Not everyone. Yeah, not everyone's LeBron. They can't all go to that age.
Especially when he got
Kevin
signed
Love.
with his stats already on the decline.
And he's already known to injury pro. Only last season he came off like a career year playing games.
Interesting that it was contract year.
So you're saying he's hurting himself on purpose?
No, what I'm saying
No,
is
he's
that
you
could
know,
have.
not playing as hard maybe. Right? There's not as much incentive to put your body through like the pain.
I
And
guess.
why would he
Could've-
play so hard when your top player is not even playing?
That too.
Yeah, when you only have 3 wins on the season, what are you gonna do? Are you just gonna go out there and get murdered?
Play 37 minutes a game just to lose?
I mean, if you like the
he
game,
did
you're
that for a
not gonna.
period, and then he's like, yeah, you know what? I think maybe I want to be like Ben Simmons. I think I want to sit on that bench right there. It's looking pretty nice.
I don't think his mentality is the same as Ben Simmons.
Yeah,
Ben Simmons played more games this year, though.
After how many years of not playing games?
Ben Simmons better be rested at this point.
He sat out 3
I
years.
mean, he hurt his back from sitting too long. Okay, he's just getting back into it.
I think ever since Kendall Jenner left him, he hasn't been the same.
That's a crazy take.
I still can't believe it. That one game where he like had a wide open dunk under the basket, and he just
Oh, that was
banged
the
it
other.
off
That
the
was like
backboard.
last week. That was last week.
11 Ben Simmons against 6'1" Trey Young under the
We're
basket.
talking about in the playoffs.
Oh, that happened last week or
No.
something too.
He did it again.
Yeah, I
It's
saw a
been
clip
multiple
of it.
times. It's not the first time or the second time.
Yeah, he did it this week, and then Dennis Schroeder said, "Shoot the freaking ball."
Just look at his stats. Like, how does a man average more rebounds and assists than points? Like, that is crazy.
Sounds like a
This is
really
like
good
Draymond
teammate.
Green, next level.
It sounds like a really good teammate.
It sounds like a guy who's afraid to shoot.
Hey, I just picked up Ben Simmons. He has 11 fantasy points in 5 minutes so far. So let's see.
9 right now. Well, on my screen.
I mean, when he
Yeah,
plays,
he's got 1 block, 3 assists, 2 rebounds, 1 field goal attempt, and of course it's a miss.
No surprises.
Those are his stats. Like, he's gonna give you all the peripheral stats except for points.
Yeah, that's basically what
how's
he is.
Nick Claxton treating you, Andy?
Like one game, then he got injured for 2 games, and he's back again today. So we'll see. I just picked him up because it was more for a long-term play. Like I said, I was planning on chalking this week just because most of my guys are injured in the first half of the week. So
use your waiver.
I
pick
mean,
on him.
Nick Richards was
I-
a good pickup
I-
though.
the waiver pickup on Nick Richard, who was on IR too, but he just came back.
Yeah,
Solid.
Like I said, we said this in the Discord since the first day of this week. I said I'm probably chalk this week, like half my top injured. So I'm just gonna use my waiver to pick up like long term guys.
Could help you down the line.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because Wemby was injured this week too for a few games. Who else? Markkinen was injured.
Ingram.
Ingram has been
Ingram's
injured this
out.
whole. Jared Allen also only got me 12 points one of the nights. Like, he just underperformed. Derek Lively was injured for a game.
I will say on a waiver pick of picking an injured guy, the day's not done yet, but Mr. Swish here going up against Dirk. Dirk is currently leading, but he's got Doncic injured. He's got fewer games, and he picked up Mr. Sohan, who's still out for like 2 weeks.
I was going to pick up Shoham today with Nick Richards and played
Yeah,
along.
like, I don't know why, Dirk picked up Sohan. It makes no sense. If he loses
Look at
this week by 10 points, that pickup is gonna cost him.
It says you're likely to trade DJ Murray.
Oh, I put willing to trade on everybody. I'll just say that, so people are
Interesting.
open doors here. Don't feel intimidated.
Sounds like a trade partner for you, Lucas.
Does the work.
He only wants De'Aaron Fox. That's the only thing.
He gave me Halliburton, Wemby 1 for 1.
That was trolling. That was trolling.
For Fox 1 for 1.
That was trolling.
No, you really wanted that
You
to
would
happen.
literally do anything for him.
I mean, I do want Fox, but I wouldn't chalk my team.
You did say you wanted a Fox jersey for Christmas.
Yeah, we'll see.
Fox.
I'm just looking through the
I'll
recent
give him
transactions.
the early gift because the matchups I get to face him next week. I'll give him the early L as a gift.
Yeah, that's a good gift.
There you go.
Help us
Lucas.
all out. Keep him down there.
I think Ben Simmons giving me a career high today. 15 fantasy points in 6 minutes already.
No, don't worry. He'll hurt himself soon.
At least you have,
Prepare for him to sit
at least
on
you
the
have
bench
Claxton
and
once Ben Simmons gets hurt.
Claxton's injury prone this year too, though.
Claxton's, I feel, always been injured prone because I think he didn't play that much last year either.
Oh yeah, that's right.
He played a decent amount, but yeah, he did get hurt. It was a bunch of resting. That's why I dropped him. I picked him last year. Like I said earlier, I had both Cam Johnson and Claxton, late picks. And Claxton was just resting.
What?
I'm like, okay, he's a big guy, gets hurt, okay.
What
It's not
happened
gonna be,
to
consistent.
what happened to Gary Trent Jr.?
Oh my.
That
He
was a
fell
horrible
off.
signing for the Bucks. We knew, he's so bad on the Raptors. There's no way he would have changed for the Bucks.
He was bad last year too.
He was really bad
He's
last
been
year.
mediocre for every year outside the first 2 years on the Raptors.
The first 2 years on the Raptors, he was really good. The after he got re-signed,
Mm-hmm.
the only job he's supposed to do is shoot, and he was shooting so bad.
I thought he would be a good player for them, and I was thinking about eventually picking him up if he did good, but
Well, not the
You know
case.
what's crazy? One of my old coworkers' brother is a celebrity barber, and he cuts Gary Trent's hair. So he always tells me the inside scoop of Gary Trent.
What do you, tell us the details.
What's
So
the
the one of the first major detail is I knew Gary Trent was re-signing in Toronto before it happened because he told the barber that he loves Toronto and wants to stay here. But then this last season when he was playing really bad, we found out that he wants to leave. It's just because he had differences, the coach, just because he wasn't giving him enough playing time, which I find was reasonable because he was playing so bad.
Yeah, that's what happens when you're trash.
Yeah.
it says
And
Ben
I don't-
Simmons
He
coming
gave
off
the
the
Raptors
bench.
18 points, 17 points in the 2 main season.
Yeah.
That was pretty good, and then he just dropped off.
It says Ben Simmons is coming off the bench.
Yeah, because Claxton's starting, I think.
Yeah, looks like
It was the opposite before. Claxton was coming off the bench. Now they switched it.
Yeah, they kept switching it. I think Claxton was hurt. That's why Simmons comes off as a starter.
Is it matchup related?
I don't even.
Because they play two bigs on the Magic. Plus Wagner.
Wagner. with a
Wagner.
V.
Yeah, Wagner.
Wagner was a steal in the draft.
Damn, the Pacers are going off.
Tobias.
Pacers.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, do you want to discuss that trade?
Oh yeah, what is the logic?
Hey, I mean, throw trades, right? That's what you gotta do.
Trying to
Do we
fleece?
want to discuss the Wendy for Halliburton 1-for-1, Fox for Barrett 1-for-1? There's another one that you had for like
Barrett?
Jerry Jackson.
Why is that
Barrett?
so crazy?
Barrett 1-for-1 Fox?
I mean, that's not
I told
completely
him.
off.
I told him, and you know what this
It
genius
is.
said? He's like, yeah, it's not the same when they both play. I'm like, if you had Fox, would you make that trade? Keep in mind, it's a 1-for-1. It's not like it's a 2-for-1 or something.
You gotta
It's
start
a
somewhere.
Oh.
I would have added to it.
No, you're trying to fleece and everyone knows it.
Yeah, we know your tactics.
But you're a Raptors fan, and I'm a Fox fan, so it like worked out.
not how it
I'm
works.
just saying,
The
gives you
difference
a way
between-
better player.
The difference between us and Dewar is that we don't have
Release,
this live
or
load.
Dimer, I
Our
mean.
players are not-
My name's
That's why
Dimer.
you guys have a PG on your team, and we don't have guys like Barrett or Barnes on our team. We draft best available.
Yeah,
You see
I
PG
mean,
in the top 10,
Sargent's team is called Sergeant Scotty Barnes, and he doesn't even have Barnes.
Yeah,
you don't
that's
have a
wild.
draft-
I mean, I have Curry as my cover.
Hmm.
But I love Curry, so.
I have stat stuffers, and I have no one that stat stuffs.
Not really, yeah.
Well, stat stuffers is you getting the stat stuff. That's how it is.
Let's see. What else is going on in the league right now?
I mean, there's only 2 games
There's
right
some
now.
good games coming up at 6.
What games are on? I don't know.
Celtics, Cavs, Pelicans, Knicks, Heat, Raptors,
Another Heat Raptors game.
Thunder, Rockets.
Yeah, it's they do that, right? The same team plays each other again.
Celtics, Cavs, sounds good.
Nuggets and Clippers tonight too. Interesting matchup. Things that we were talking about.
That is a good matchup.
And I've got a situation where I've got the teams,
Oh,
like the
crap.
players playing against each other. So I'm minimum hoping that, you know, if one side doesn't do good, the other side does
It
good.
says the Nuggets are 5th, and the Clippers are 8th.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
That's what we were
the
trying to
center,
tell
oh,
you.
the Nuggets are not a seed. They're not a seed. Harden's an MVP. It's
Yeah,
like,
you
the
gotta
Nuggets
put-
just didn't play as many games.
Wait, Watson's hurt too?
Game time decision.
Game time.
No free ads.
Wait, PJ Tucker still exists?
Yes, he does. Laps is still in the game. Running laps.
Why aren't the Clippers the
Out there
oldest
doing
team?
Cardio. We call him laps in this house.
Yeah, I call them, just out there 30-minute cardio machines.
That's basically me. On the court.
Did he play at all yet?
I'm just kidding.
He didn't play.
He hasn't played yet this year.
I didn't even
Yeah,
think he
he's
was
too
hurt.
old.
What does he have?
Who is
No,
that?
I think he's
Daisy.
just too old. He's not good anymore.
Daisy.
Says he's out technically. It doesn't say why.
Daisy's on the stairs.
Who's the 0.1% that has him rostered? That's what I want to know.
0.1.
The team that wants a dog.
Daisy. Speaking of dogs, I have to go let
riding
Daisy
the
out.
bench.
Let's see these other matchups.
We talked about that one already in length.
I mean, they have some players playing right now though. Like
Scottie
Yeah,
Pippen
the
Jr.
Nets and Orlando are playing.
there's some games here.
Matherin already has 14. We're halfway in the second. Not bad. Need that from him, and Jackson.
I want to know who's the insider helping out Dirk's stepbacks, because there's no way he knows these people.
Knows who?
These, like, waiver wire pickups that he's actually doing half decent on.
John
Who did
Collins.
he even pick up?
Goga Batadze, who has 26, and it's not even close to halftime yet.
I think he just like that's an easy look because his recent stats are good. Right?
Yeah,
He's
and they
just
put
trying
him
to
in
pick
the
up a guy
starting
that's gonna
lineup
play.
with Bankero out.
Yeah, like look at Batanze's stats recently. So he's just looking like, oh, this guy's putting up points. I'm gonna just grab him. But same for like Collins. Like, Collins was putting up a bunch of points. He's like, all right, I'll just grab him.
He's had Collins. He picked up Sohan.
He was a free agency pick.
Yeah, I don't think Collins was drafted.
He wasn't.
Yeah, see?
Like all of
He
like,
was
Dirk
drafted.
just picks up guys that put up stats.
He
Right?
was
This is a guy
drafted.
who doesn't.
He was drafted, then
drops.
dropped, and then picked up again. By the same guy.
Why is there a dog in the room?
Because you said dog.
Is this PJ Tucker?
No, don't
No,
call
she
him.
doesn't do laps
Pat
anymore.
Beverly.
Get back in the league.
It's a girl.
Come back to the
It's
Sixers.
a girl.
Patricia Beverly.
Patricia. There you go. Aw.
She's shaking.
Alright,
Oh,
let
put her
go.
down, put her down.
Alright, so we could wrap it up. I mean, we're pretty much done what we need to.
I just let
you
The genius will return to glory.
Myself, yes, you're right. I'm almost there. I'm in second place currently in my division, which means I'm playoff bound at this point.
Great matchups next week. Me and Default. I didn't
You're
really.
gonna get blown out.
We'll see.
Wait, who am I facing?
We'll see.
Who am I
why do keep
facing?
doing that?
I'm
Dirk.
facing. Oh, I'm facing Andy.
Dirk versus
Let's
Sleepers.
get a big game.
Uh-oh. Here comes an Elder Rebels. This is actually a decent matchup. Maybe.
Oh, no, he's not gonna fix his lineup.
Yeah,
What if-
this is a lot of.
Who is that?
Usurper of Kings.
Who changed their name?
Default.
Oh, I didn't even realize.
I will slay the king.
Oh my gosh.
I will commit
No.
to the bad guy rule. Looking for 6-0 after tonight. Got a full.
Oh yeah, it's
lineup.
true. Hopefully you win so I could break your streak.
Yeah, you're not gonna break his streak.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I'm waiting
Someone
for
please
people to
break
take
mine.
the streak down.
Someone please,
That's on you.
please crumble. I'll give you a free crumble cookie coupon, which I kind of want to send to Tobias through his DMs, but I don't think you'll ever see it. I got one for my birthday.
Alright, that's the episode.
Thanks for tuning
Thanks
in.
for helping with the podcast, Andy and Default joining in.
Yeah, what a surprise.
Virgin's already left.
Our first call in.
We had a good segment. I mean, that was pretty fun, honestly.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah. Anything you wanna do the song?
All right.
We'll end it with a song. Thanks
Should we
thanks
start
again
it?
to Default. I'll let Release take it away.
2025. The Knicks are about to win the title, as everyone knows.
Oh, that's not true.
So, everyone's going to be seeing Josh Hart eating pizza on the stand.
That's not a song you're saying.
Is this,
stuff.
you gotta work on your tone. There.
No, I wasn't going to do the song.
Alright.
God bless ya. Have a good Sunday.
It's been long enough. Like, share, subscribe to everyone.
Like, share,
Don't
subscribe.
subscribe.
Like,
Like,
share,
share,
subscribe. Like, share.